Hey guys, it's Iron Wifey, and thank you for tuning into another episode of Into the Game. This week, we will be talking about Super Bowl Sunday. Question of the week. Honey.
Yes?
Is Tom Brady going to win another Super Bowl?
Is he going to win or do I want him to win?
Let's start with, who are you going for?
The Rams. And I'm not even a fan of theirs, but if I could see somebody outside of the Patriots win the Super Bowl, I would be happy. I think Brady's won enough. I do admit he's the greatest quarterback alive. But it's time for somebody else to get to the Super Bowl. I'm kind of disappointed that they made it to the Super Bowl. I'm like, all these teams that's supposed to be very good, they couldn't get past a injured, older, not many superstar-led Patriots. So, I'm rooting for the Rams, so maybe this time if they lose, Tom Brady will retire and stop dominating the NFL, which it's not his fault. He's a great player. He knows how to make it work, him and Belichick, so salute to him on that, but I haven't been the biggest Patriots fan.
Well, it's funny you say you're hoping that after this, Brady will retire, because in a recent interview, he was asked that question.
Yeah.
Will this be your last game?
I didn't watch it, but I heard. Yeah.
Yes, it was. What are the chances that this will be your last Super Bowl?
What did he say?
He said 0. He told himself 45. Right now he's 41.
He wants to play 4 more years?
He wants to play 4 more years.
A really good tackle might change that mind. Not that I'm trying to not saying injury.
That's really, I was going to say, that's really
that's
harsh.
That's why I say it quicker, because I know people be like, oh, that's what you tell. No, I'm talking about 45 is a older age, and you don't want, these are young, athletic, muscle men, come to tackle you. You want to preserve your body to last after the NFL. And, I mean, if he can get a great offensive line to protect him and he don't have to get hit, salute to him. Jerry Rice was wide receiver till 43, 40-something. So, and that's a harder job to do than a quarterback. So, if Jerry Rice could do it, I think Tom Brady could too. But, I wonder why he wants to, because I didn't watch that interview. I heard that there was an interview about it, but I didn't see what was he saying.
It was really interesting because he was saying how right now at 41, he doesn't feel like he's done it all. So
what?
He feels like he still has a lot more in him.
Oh, okay.
To give to the team. He doesn't feel like, he's reached his peak.
Okay.
And he wants to continue to just push forward, continue to grow. And at 41, he believes he has 4 more years left in him.
If that's how he feels, I respect that, I'm being biased here because I'm not a Patriots fan, but I'm looking at him as a player.
Yeah.
As a player, I respect that. As a person who's not the biggest Patriots fan, shout out to my Eagles. We won that Super Bowl last year. I don't want them to dominate the NFL anymore. It's because there's so many great teams out there, and I don't know why none of y'all couldn't beat the Patriots. Such a disappointment.
Well, quite honestly, what happened to the Eagles this year?
Well, we got injured a lot. I'm not at fault with my team. And we only lost because Alshon Jeffrey dropped the ball. People make mistakes. I'm not blaming him. He blamed himself so much. I don't think none of us Eagle fans need to get on him. Because he knew he did it. And Alshon Jeffrey don't really make mistakes like that. So, it just wasn't meant to be. We won last year. That's all I can feel. In my whole lifetime, since I'm 28, I haven't seen the Eagles win a Super Bowl. So, the fact they won last year, I was like, hey, y'all made the playoffs out of a lot of injuries because we was injured. It's cool. We made the playoffs. At least we got a ring last year.
True.
Hopefully we keep the same squad and, hopefully, we stay healthy next year. But yeah, so the thing with the Patriots, it's not even Tom Brady. It's the whole Patriots itself. I'm so tired. And my friends say the same thing. I have one friend that's a Patriots fan, but outside of that, they all say the same thing. Can we see the Rams versus... it would have been amazing to see Patrick Mahomes, who's with the Chiefs, against Jared Goff. That would have been a Super Bowl. But, of course, people just fall short because Tom Brady is that good. And, a friend of mine who's a Patriots fan said, and he said it perfectly. He's right. He said, you're hating on his greatness. I was like, you're right, because
that's exactly what it is.
I don't throw the deflated ball situation on him or nothing like that, because if he said he didn't do it, then I'll take his word for it. And honestly, he paid his due. So, and honestly, when I think about it, okay, let's say if that is true, that deflated ball situation, that was one time in his career. So what about his other championships? He's still great. Even if you took that one championship away from him, he still has a lot of championships, a lot of Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah, Tom Brady alone has been in 9 Super Bowls and won 5 of them.
Wow. I never knew the number.
I know he won
5, but I didn't know how many he's been to.
He's been in 9.
He lost twice against the Giants, I believe.
Let me see. He lost... Let's see. The Patriots lost against, of course, Philadelphia last year.
Shout out to my Eagles.
They lost against the Giants.
Twice, I believe.
They did lose twice. They
lose to that means there's one more they lost to.
They lost against the Falcons in 97.
Oh, well, that's not... I don't think that's Tom Brady.
That's not Brady.
No.
And... low-key, that's it.
Oh, okay. Anyway, he's great. I have no disrespect. Honestly, though, he looks like a cool guy. I always say I would like to just meet him one day to see is he as cool and chilled as he looks, you know. But
and he's so young. He's not okay for the NFL.
I'm saying,
he
what?
is an old head.
Okay,
but in life, he's so young. He's 41.
He's in the.
He's 41.
So young. You said so young. That's 20 something.
I mean, he's 41. He is still playing professional football at 41, and he intends to play until 45.
Well, as long as you know, like I said, and that's what I'm saying, as long as he don't get that one good hit, you know, he can stay in the NFL. You know, the thing about quarterbacks is as long as you have a good arm, and as long as you can, throw that football, and you have a good offensive line, you can last for a long time. That's what I'm saying. He's done a good job not getting hit as much as other quarterbacks.
Okay.
That's one of his flaws. Like me as a Madden player and other Madden players, we want to use Brady in Ultimate Team, but he can't run worth a lick, you know, because it's not his game plan. But it's worked for him. That's why I'm not hating on him, because he's able to play longer. He's been in Super Bowls. He ain't Mike Vick or Cam Newton trying to run the ball. You know, and everybody has their way of playing. So if he can stay that way, then I think he can last to 45. You know, so, and that's now talking on the Patriots side. I hate hearing that, because that means that him and Belichick might be in 4 more championships runs. And I'm like, man, what is it that this team have that other teams don't? Like, I'm so confused by it.
Quite honestly, that's a good question. What is it?
Like I said, I'm so confused by it. I have their coaching is out of this world, because that's one thing I always say, Belichick is like Greg Popovich. They can make whatever they got work, you know.
Yeah. That's
one thing. Kawhi Leonard was built as a superstar by Greg Popovich. Nobody knew who Kawhi was until Greg Popovich made him, you know, who he was. You know, or trained, I should say made him, but taught him how, you know. But he always do that. I mean, you see his team now. People have talked down on him. They're still doing good.
Yeah.
Because as long as Greg Popovich is there, he's going to figure it out. He might not like his route, because it's like he doesn't like 3-point shots. Like Greg Popovich said he don't like this era of basketball. He's used to the old school ways. But he's able to adjust and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. And I think they can still make a playoff run. You know, but that's just how Greg Popovich is. And Belichick's the same way. You know, Chris Hogan and all these other guys, if it wasn't for Belichick and Brady, I don't think they would have been as big, you know.
Yeah.
And they make it work. They have role players. And I saw a retired Patriot who did play with Brady and Belichick. He was on ESPN, I think, and he was talking about the discipline that was there. And he was like, it's none other. He said, people make fun of us all they want. We're winning. And so whatever it is, that kind of discipline, that training that they got, the play calling, whatever it is working. So it's working. That's all, you know. So that's why I can't hate on them like that, as in they're a terrible team. Well, I obviously not. They're in the Super Bowl yet again, you know. But it's just me as a fan of wanting to see, Variety, exactly. That's like
it.
the Warriors going to the finals 5 more years. I'm gonna stop watching NBA if I keep seeing that. If I keep seeing them grow super teams.
I mean, yeah.
And it's like, okay, unless somebody beats that team, I don't care what happens in the NBA finals. It's just like, oh, you again? And it does sound a little dumb because, and I admit to it, because these people are getting paid and fighting hard for their city.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. A fan like me. That's why I have 2 ways of seeing it. I see it as a fan of football, and of another team of football, I should say, and I see it as on their side as well. So that's why I'm going to make that clear, because I know the big guy said like that. Well, I don't mean I want him to get hit to stop playing. I'm saying he can do that. Play to 45, or you said 45? Yeah, you play to 45. Just protect his body. If he's going to do that, he needs to watch his arm. Watch his arm, because that throwing does weigh on you for a while.
Yeah.
Watch his arm and don't get hit that hard, because there's going to be some young guys that's going to be sick of seeing you in the Super Bowl too, the same I will. Because if I was on the defensive end, I'm like, I'm not letting you get to the Super Bowl. And I'm going to try to get to you as quick as possible. Not injure you, just shake you up a little bit. To be like, man, I need to retire next year.
So
I've done my job. Like, yes.
What is it that the Rams need to do to stop Brady?
Oh, shut him down. If they stop him, they stop the team. I don't believe there's no way the Patriots can handle it without Brady. Like, that offense and how Brady controls the time is remarkable. Like I said, if what they're doing was on another team, if my Eagles were doing what they're doing, I would be defending them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm saying. I go both ways, because they're doing everything right, football-wise, so I can't hate on that. Because if my team was doing that, then I'd be like, hey, y'all hating on my Eagles. So,
touché.
So you know what I'm saying? I'm not stupid. I know the stuff I say is dumb sometimes, but it's coming from a football fan of another team. But anyway, no, the way they stop him is the way the Giants stopped him. They locked up Brady. You have to stop him. Can there be some kind of miracle somebody else shows up? It can, but history have shown. I mean, like Malcolm Butler for the Seahawks. And I hate talking about that championship, because the Seahawks should have won that. But they should have gave Marshawn Lynch the ball and run the touchdown, but they threw it. Now, in that timeline, somebody else won it for the Patriots.
Okay. They
got their interception, ended the game. But you need somebody to put points on the board.
Yeah.
I don't think the Patriots defense is that good to keep stopping offense to win the game. You have to have Brady out there doing his thing. And the thing that irritates the mess out of me about Brady, in a respectable way, is he does the same thing for a long time. I can't remember how many years he played in football. And people still don't know how to stop it. I'm like, this dude does the same thing. I call out the play before he does. I'm like, oh, this is a quick slant. Oh, this is an out route. No, there's no out route. Out route happens. I told you. How do you know? Because he does the same thing. And these football heads who are playing the game can't understand, how to stop it. I don't, and that's just how great Brady is. Because he plays with your mind, because you think you're going to do something else. And he's like, nope, I'm just going to do this. Thank you for 5 yards. Oh, thank you for 10. Oh, thank you for 15. And then when you have a tank like Gronk, it kind of helps you too. It's a big target. But, I respect that man. But the way to stop that team is to stop him. Stop the 41-year-old, who's the GOAT of football. He's the GOAT of quarterbacks.
On the Patriots end this year, who do you think is going to win MVP?
You said the Patriots win?
If the Patriots win, but on their end, who do you think is going to be their MVP?
Oh, well, the person we've been talking about, Brady.
Brady?
Like I said, in order for them to win, he has to show up.
What about if the Rams take the win?
It really depends. The Rams have a very good team. I really give no excuses for the Rams to lose this game. Even with Tom Brady out there, they got everything. They got a quarterback, a running back, cornerbacks, a defensive tackle, a defensive player of the year in their team, Aaron Donald. I love watching Aaron Donald play. That's a beast. That's a monster. They have everything. Wide receivers. It's funny because one of the wide receivers that the Patriots let go is on the Rams.
Oh, wow.
So you got a lot to show. Like, the Rams have no excuse if you lose this Super Bowl, that'll be the biggest disappointment.
Yeah.
Because you have everything to win. You have a great coach too, which I love is the coach too, because he's energetic. He's with his team. Like his energy for the team is amazing. I love seeing it. You rarely see that. Mm-hmm. You know, you see coach stand there and they're excited a little bit, but this coach, he's all in. He has it's funny. He had a little segment on ESPN. He hired somebody to pull him back to when he gets too excited. Like chill out, calm down. You know, but no, they have everything to win. And there's 2 old Patriots players that's on that Rams team. Now, I'm not saying they know their game plan, because that's the one thing about Belichick. You can leave them and they'll change their whole game plan.
Yeah.
So, the key is running the ball, because you have Gurley, one of the greatest running backs of this year. You have Jared Goff, who has upped his game. You have great wide receivers. Great. And a speedster in Brandon Cooks, who's a wide receiver. You got a defensive tackle and the Dominican Sue and an Aaron Donald. Barron. You got Aqib Talib. You got Marcus P. Like, you got all these great names. Honestly, this is my opinion. This should be a blowout.
You think so?
I think so. Gronk is slower. He's still, and that's the scariest thing. He's still putting up numbers with that slow, injured body of his. And I'm like, guys, how are you? This guy has slowed down. Yes, he's huge and he's a monster. I'm not denying that. But this dude has slowed down and he's still scoring on y'all and getting open as if he's a speedster. But they have too many names, great names, to not win this game. I would be disappointed if they just win by 3. They need to win by 21 points.
Well, it's funny you say that because I don't know much about basketball, but I did some research for this year's Super Bowl.
Wait, football or basketball?
Football, sorry. Oh. I don't know much about football, but I did a little bit of research for this year, and it's like a love story. Like, you're laughing. You're laughing, but like it is. It's like a love story. 2002, the St. Louis Rams, who are now the LA Rams, played the Patriots.
Kurt Warner
lost by 3.
Kurt Warner.
They lost by 3. Yeah. And so here they are, 17 years later, back at the Georgia Dome, same place, same time, different team.
Love story.
It is a love story.
No, I mean, that's cute. That's cute.
It is a love story. So the fact that you were like, it should be a blowout, like they shouldn't just win by 3. I mean, 17 years ago, the Patriots won by 3. So
the Rams didn't have that team.
That's true. Like
they had a good team. Don't get me wrong.
Team.
They have a good team though. That was a good Rams team, but that was a younger Brady and a more stable Patriots team than it is now.
Younger team.
So and Kurt Warner, Southern, was one of the greatest quarterbacks. Who was it? Isaac Bruce. I think he was on that team on the Rams. I can't remember. Lately, I was young, but how long ago was that?
2002.
Yeah, I wasn't even 12 yet. I was 11 years old.
Wow.
And it's funny, they showed a picture of Brady's first Super Bowl. And they have him, like, it's an animated picture. They show him celebrating. It's a television. Mm-hmm. They have 3 kids in front of it looking. It has the number 12. Like, it has all these 3 football players' names. It's Patriot players that are playing now. Mm-hmm. And they were saying when Brady won his first Super Bowl, Gronkowski, the big monster guy, was 12 years old. This guy was 11. Wow. This guy was 9. That's how long he's been in the NFL. I'm like, dang, he's been much longer than I thought. I was like, dang, Brady. He's still playing like a boss. That's how I respect. Like, it's like a bittersweet thing. It's like, I respect you, but I wish you stopped coming to the Super Bowl. Because, if I could, I would give him his Hall of Fame ring myself. And I would give him, if it was a greatest of all time trophy, I would hand it to him and say, you are the greatest of all time. But please stop coming to the Super Bowl. I was like, please, I'm asking you nicely, So, yeah, I respect that. But no, I see what you mean by love story. Yeah, I think it's funny that you say that. I'm like, my wife would say that.
I mean, I'm
not a woman would say it, but my wife would say it.
My highlight of the Super Bowl game is the commercials and the halftime show. So
yeah, they be having the best commercials.
Exactly, and the best halftime shows. So that's what I look forward to. But I decided, you know what? Let me look into this year. Let me do a little research for the fans, for the podcast, and see what we can come up with.
Well, I see you out here researching stuff.
Oh, my goodness. And it took me a long time.
You look cute doing it, too. I know you was looking all cute doing it.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so anyway, back to the topic of conversation. Who's going to take the win? Who's
The
going to
Rams.
take the Lombardi Trophy home?
The Rams.
Predict your score.
36-10.
36-10?
Yep.
You think the Patriots are only going to get 10?
You just said the history of the Rams. They have that on their heads.
I mean, but they only lost by 3 points.
So they making sure they not losing.
3 points is what, a field goal?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're making sure they're not losing this time. It's like, we only lost by 3 points last time. We're definitely winning this time. And let's make sure that we win by putting our foot on their neck. You know, ain't no close game. Like, if people can complain all they want, I want a competitive Super Bowl. This year, the Rams need to smack this team as a statement for, like you just said, their past. 2 Patriots players are on that team. Okay. You know, so you got all the ammunition you need, and you got a defensive player of the year on your team. If you don't get to that, if I will say this for Aaron Donald, if Aaron Donald does not get to Brady and stop him, that's a big disappointment. You're a defensive player there. You need to get to Brady. Yes, the Patriots have a good O-line, but my word is good. Okay. Donald is amazing. He should be able to get there. He has the rest. They had 2 weeks off or something like that. You know, You have all the rest in the world. And I know Belichick is planning for him, though, because Donald is that great. They're going to figure out a way to stop him. That's why he has Sue on his side, too. Sue, you need to show up. But still, Sue don't need to bail Donald out. Donald's defensive player of the year. You need to go up in there and sack him 10 times. And I mean that, 10. No, you know, that would be crazy. Like, probably some kind of accomplishment. You sack Brady 10 times in the game. But, hey, Michael Strahan did it when he was with the Giants, not 10 times, but he got in Brady's face. Donald can do the same. I think Donald is a bigger dude than Strahan, you know, and getting to the quarterback. And Strahan was no joke. He's the guy in that Good Morning America.
No, I know. I was like, I know him.
He's much thinner now, but back then he was a monster, you know, so, you know, but no. The Rams not only need to win, they need to set a message. You know, this is, you know, it's more than just a Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl win, but if they win, it's like how, you know how we, as Eagles fans, celebrate when we won? Yeah. It was like, oh my goodness. It's a oh my goodness for the Rams, but also we had no really personal issue with the Rams as an Eagles fan. Mm-hmm. Rams do. You know, like you just said, they got some teammates, like I just said already, that's played for them just last year. You know, so or one or two. One. So there's a little bad blood in there. Well, it might be a respectable thing, but Brandon Cooks was still really good, and you didn't, you know, sign that, bro. But you know, so us when the Eagles won, it was just yes, we won a championship, and the refs didn't, you know, help Brady out. You know, this is Rams. We lost last time against these people. We're not losing this time in this stadium. You know, we're not losing, and hey. They didn't sign you, Brandon Cooks. What are you going to do about that? What are you going to tell them? That they should have signed you, right? That means you bet. Yeah, because I would do that. I would poke the bear. Oh, hey, Cooks. Hey, you going to let these people who didn't sign you beat you? Then I better see you, you know, run. What did he say? What Muhammad Ali said? Whatever. Whatever. You better make a statement. That's all I got to say. You got to make a statement. Because me personally... Mm-hmm. If I was on a team and they didn't pay me and I know I'm really good and I've shown that I'm really good and you didn't want me to stay on your team, I don't care if it was good blood or bad blood. Even if I'm cool with y'all, I still got to let you know you still should have kept me, though.
Do you think that's the reason why the Rams made it to the championship this year?
Why? Because of him?
Not just him, but the other player who was previously on the Patriots.
Well, the other player,
fuel underneath the fire.
Akeem Talib, it was a while ago before he was on the Patriots team. He's been on the Broncos when they won the championship, and so I don't think, you know, he's thinking about that. You know, Akeem Talib was with the Patriots. Yeah, Brandon Cooks was just last year, so you know. Okay. But no, it's more than that, though. Honestly, in my opinion, I think it's more to it than just these guys on the team. It's more of the squad itself. If you look at this team, if anybody who listens look at this team, it's like, how would you lose? Yeah. You shouldn't lose. You know, you look at the Patriots, you look at the Rams. Nah, they should not lose. Now, there are two things that can stop the Rams, and it's Belichick and Brady. That's the only thing that can stop them. But if you can stop them two, you win by a lot. Because I don't believe nobody else is going to just show up like that. And let me say this too. Don't pull an Atlanta Falcons nonsense. And anybody who saw that Super Bowl knows what I'm talking about.
What do you mean?
2 years ago, the Atlanta Falcons should have beaten the Patriots. They was up by like 21 points in the half. All they had to do was run the ball and waste clock. But the Patriots are smiling because the idiot quarterback on the excuse me, let me not get mean. Because the quarterback and whoever that offensive coordinator was with the Atlanta Falcons. By the way, I'm not a Falcons fan, but I was hoping they beat the Patriots. All they had to do was run. But they decided, let's keep passing the ball. If you pass the ball and you don't catch it, it stops the clock, which gives Brady more time to score.
Gotcha.
They kept doing that over and over and over. And you just saw the Patriots creeping back up. Because you have to give them back the ball at the fourth down. They have two elite running backs. All they do is run the ball. The Patriots couldn't stop the run. That was like the Seahawks. All you had to do was run the ball. But no, the coach wanted to make Russell Wilson the hero and try to have him throw the ball. And what happened? They lost. The Patriots be waiting for moments like that. Is it going to get to your head that you're beating us by 21? Because I'll always say that. You keep your cool till that clock says 0. Yeah. You put your foot on their neck and squeeze, and squeeze hard. Don't let up. Mm-hmm. I always say, like, when I used to play sport, I was like, I don't look at the clock.
Oh, yeah.
We're winning.
Every sport, you always want to get it all the way through the end.
Yeah,
especially, I ran track, so it was like, you need to cross the finish line before you celebrate.
Or somebody starts creeping up behind you.
Exactly. Or what is Charles and Shaq and Kenny and them? Oh, run through the tape.
Run through the tape, yeah.
It's true. With everything, you have to continue. You have to push through and get the victory before you can celebrate.
Yeah. But, that's the one thing. If they have the lead, they still need to keep their foot on their neck as if they don't have the lead. Okay. No mercy till that clock says 0 on this team. It's one thing I'm glad my Eagles did. And that was a back and forth game. But we kept pushing and pushing and pushing. You need to do that. And we didn't win by much. We won by, one touchdown? But
I can double check.
It don't really matter. We won by a little bit.
Yeah.
Where the Falcons was up, I think, 21 points. And they let Brady and them come back and win. That was the most, outside of the Seahawks game, most disappointing Super Bowls ever, because you had the win and the Falcons haven't been the same. The Seahawks haven't been the same. That was one of my favorite defensive teams of the Seahawks, because you had my boy Cam Chancellor, Bobby Wagner, Sherman and the boys out there, and you disappointed the defense by not letting Marshawn Lynch run. Because who's stopping Lynch? Nobody. Not for 2 yards. But I'm not going to sit there and meditate on that game. I was so mad. I saw that whole game live. I was so mad. Oh, I couldn't sleep that night. But
I'm so sorry.
No, it is what it is. But that's another thing too, because a lot of teams, not a lot, a nice amount of teams can beat the Patriots. It's will you let it get to your head? Because that's the one thing that's smart about the Patriots I realized. They'll let you fail for them. They'll stand back and just look normal, just sit there without any reaction. And then you do something stupid. Then he looks at the team. The team's like, all right, let's score real quick. All right, stand back, guys. We just scored. Let them do something stupid again. Oh, okay, they did something stupid. Let's score again on them.
So it's a mind game.
Yeah, it is. Because, it's a mind. I really believe that, because I think it's more just physical football. It's, getting to your opponent's head. Mm-hmm. They are really good at that, too. Like I said about Brady, he does the same thing, and that annoys the heck out of the defense.
Yeah.
Because, how can we not stop this? And Brady just sits there and looks at you like, I'm doing the same thing. He's like a Larry Bird. I'm going to go here and I'm going to shoot the ball at this spot, and I'm going to still make it. Everybody knows, a kid knows what Brady's going to do. I had a kid tell me he's famous for doing short passes. This kid was like 8 years old. He knows what Brady does. Now, you might not know the play name, but you know it's about to be a short pass to the left, a short pass to the right. He's going to do a little post route for 10 yards. Brady is really good at wasting clock and just let time go. annoy the heck out of you that you can't stop him, and that gets to your head.
Yeah.
Because, like, dang, a whole quarter went by, and he's still on the field. That's what Brady's good for. People can complain about that all you want. He ain't letting your offense get to the field. Why? Because he don't trust his defense? I don't know what he thinking. He's like, I'd rather stay on the field the whole time and then score right after that and annoy the heck out of you than it makes you do something stupid. It annoys people who watch. It's like, why is Brady still on the field? Get him off the field. You know, third down, he gets a first down again. Third down, he gets another first down again. Doing the same thing.
Wow.
It is like that annoys me just talking about it.
Yeah.
So I know those who play for a living are like, coaches are like, come on, man.
Yeah.
He just points at the opposite side like, got you again. You know, second quarter comes by. And he gets like halfway to the second quarter. Then he scores. It's like, at least stop him from scoring. Yeah. No, he does all that and scores on you. You can't let him do that. You have to let the big boys dominate Brady. You got Donald. That's what I said. Donald has no excuse. I think if anybody in this game has the biggest responsibility, it's Aaron Donald.
You think he'll be the MVP for the Rams?
If they win, he will. He has to be.
Okay.
Like, that's the thing. Yes, they have other great players. The number one people that's going to be watched is the people on that defensive line. Because the question is, can you get to Brady? He's slow. He can't move that fast. So all you got to do is go through the block and get him before he throws the ball. Because he's also quick at it, too. Once he realizes you're coming, he'll throw it off like, oh, and it's open. It's an open guy.
Yeah.
So the number one person that I'm going to be looking at in the Super Bowl is Aaron Donald. Like I said, 10 sacks. I want to see 10.
Okay.
You know, now, like I said, that's a high number. But with Brady and Belichick, take no chances. If I was a coach of him, I'm looking at him like 10. That's a lot. 10. You're the defensive player of the year, and we just paid you a lot of money. Get to him, no excuses. Because if you give him time, that's the one thing you don't want to do with Brady is give him time. That's like the worst person in the NFL to give time to, and he's 41.
Yeah. Do you think that even though he says, you know, he's going to stop at 45 or make it to 45, do you think he will actually stop at 45?
If he stays healthy, yes.
Okay.
Honestly, I think he's proven everything, but if he feels like, man, everybody has their own personal feelings towards stuff, if that's how he feels.
I mean, he told himself 45.
All right, and if it's 45, then it's 45. I mean, LeBron said it best in his little TV show. He's like, oh, you know, quarterback, you know, has, you know, when you look at the leadership of LeBron and the leadership of Brady, two different workloads.
Yeah.
LeBron has to run up and down the court. He has to do this, do that. Brady just has to instruct. You go here, and throw the ball. You know, and not get hit. And make sure that ball gets to the target. That's it.
That's a lot too, though.
I'm talking about physical labor. I'm talking about you saying how long can he last.
Oh, yeah.
Physically, it's an easier job for him if he stays healthy. Like I said in the beginning, if he don't get hit like hard, because when you're 40-something and you get that nice knock to the ground, these dudes are not wimps. These are muscle men who are paid to lay you out. If I'm paid millions of dollars and all I gotta do is lay you out, oh, best believe I'm gonna give you a very nice hit. And then I'll be hearing, I don't know the whole story of this, but I'll be hearing they be getting bonuses by however many sacks they can get.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so I get $1 million bonus if I hit them 5 times? Oh, okay. And then to know this is the last game of the year?
Yeah.
Oh, your offensive line better stop me. Because I have one job and one job only, and that's to lay you out. Legally. You know, that's the only thing I gotta do is make it legal.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I always say that, because I love playing defense. And I always say, hit them all the way to the line of legal before you get to illegal. Like, make it hurt. Like, I love Sean Taylor. He had the most cleanest hits, but it was the ones that made you lay on the floor for a while. You know,
I'm curious. If you could build your dream team, who would be on your defensive lineup? Who would be on your offensive lineup?
Dream team? Of today's player or of any timeline?
Let's do it any timeline.
Oh, dang. Defensive tackles, Mean Joe Green and Donald. Middle linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Right and left outside linebacker. Trying to think quickly. This is out of position, but I'll say this. Out of position, but whatever. Ray Lewis and Luke Kuechly on right and left. My favorite position is safety, so I'll let that be last. Cornerbacks, Charles Woodson and Rod Woodson. Easily. Deion Sanders. And this is so so disrespectful because he's the best cornerback. But as a person who, I watched Charles and Rod Woodson. So that's why that was always my favorite. Yes, stat-wise and play-wise, Deion is a better cornerback, but nobody can convince me that I would choose him over Rod and Charles Woodson. So Charles and Rod and Deion would play the slot of the cornerback. And that's how I know a lot of people be like, what? Did you just put him in the slot? Yeah, I did. Safeties, which is my favorite position of all time. Man, there's a lot of great ones too. I will put first Ed Reed. Because I like a great hit, but I need a play recognition type player. And Ed Reed was as good as it goes. I'm thinking of Troy Polamalu or Ronnie Lott. Because Lott would give up his body to kill you. That's always said it. And I like that because he wasn't the biggest guy, but how he hit made it feel like it. Oh, man. I would say because I need a playmaker as well, Troy Polamalu, and I'll let Ronnie Lott come off the bench, off the the strong safety spot, and I'll have Cam Chancellor come out of the full safety spot as well. Yeah, that would be my squad. Oh, I've got left end and right end. That's Howie Long and J.J. Watt.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I'll lose. If I can get that team on Ultimate Team, I don't know just how to use them. It's over.
Okay. So, your Super Bowl predictions. The Rams are going to kill it, 36-10.
Yep.
MVP is going to be Donaldson.
I'll be disappointed if it's not high. If it's not that high.
Okay.
If they win by 3, I'm happy I won. But why was it that close?
Yeah.
That's like that was too close for comfort. Come on, man.
And then looking toward the future, who do you want to see in next year's Super Bowl?
From the teams I see now, obviously my Eagles. I would never stray away from that. This is such a long shot because this team is nowhere close to being great because they got rid of their franchise player this year, but I'm a fan of the team after the Eagles. It is the Raiders.
The Eagles and the Raiders.
Yeah, that's a matchup. One of these days before I leave this earth, I want to see a Super Bowl because it used to be an old classic Super Bowl matchup of Eagles versus Raiders. I wasn't here to see it. I always said one day the Eagles and the Raiders were so close to being great. Then they had this new coach come in, Gruden, and this management. And I'm gonna say this ain't mean. This is true. Who are complete idiots and got rid of their franchise player. That's like somebody saying, LeBron, we don't want you no more. Mm-hmm. Or Kevin Durant, or let's say Golden State going to Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and saying, can y'all go? That'd be the dumbest thing they could. That's what the Raiders did. Khalil Mack is a young man who is dominating. And y'all decide when y'all to pay this coach way too much money who hasn't proven nothing yet. They paid him $100 million guaranteed.
Wow.
A coach.
Wow.
Players don't get that kind of money in the NFL. And his first move as coach was to get rid of Khalil Mack. When I tell you, me and other Raider fans were so mad.
I believe it.
I was like, nah. No, he needs to go now. They was like, well, they paid him already. Still get rid of him. Let him get his money and get the heck up out of here. And find a way to get Khalil Mack back.
Wow.
And the team that he went to was like, look, we'll pay you all this money if you stay with us. Because they're smart. They know what Khalil Mack is. Mm-hmm. And the Bears gave him tons of money and all this stuff. They was like, let's make sure we make him happy. Yeah, that's what the Raiders should have done. Then they got rid of Amari Cooper, who he went to the Cowboys, and he's dominating with the Cowboys now. It's like, you just broke a great team down and saying, the quarterback, we work on the quarterback. Then the quarterback plays like trash, gets all sensitive on SportsCenter, and now looks like the coach is rethinking about the quarterback. It's like, what is this coach for? And then somebody was like, well, they just give him a few years. No, I ain't giving him a few years. We had maybe 2 years before we can make a playoff run. Yeah. The team we had before that coach showed up, it was great. Marshawn Lynch, I think Lynch should retire. Don't even put your body in that nonsense. I think he just retire healthy. Don't even try it. That team ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. There's nobody on that team I'm like, he's going to take us there. Okay. I'm a Raiders fan. I don't even say I believe in Derek Carr, because I don't. I don't believe on popularity names. I believe on producing. He ain't producing the way I want him to. Or, forget the way I want him to, the way he should. People on Sports Center, no, that's the coach. But the people on Sports Center, they was right to say what he said. He got all sensitive. Let's stop being sensitive and produce then. But you can't really produce with what you're given, because he ain't giving much. They got rid of 2 major players on their team for nothing.
Wow. Those
2 were great young guys who were like, fine, we'll be great somewhere else. I don't understand. Like, that's like, hey, Mike, not that I'm comparing Khalil Mack to Michael Jordan, but that's like, I'm just basically, you going to your franchise with your best player that's bringing you the fans, the money, the chance to get to a playoff, all this stuff, and saying, we don't want you no more. I don't. So like I said, that's a huge long shot. But as a fan of both teams, I gotta say the Eagles and the Raiders. But if I want to be realistic, I will say, the Eagles, and I would like to see Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. So my Eagles versus Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Okay.
I had to do that little rant on the Raiders because I hope one of those idiots in that office hear that. And I mean that. Them idiots over there. I feel bad for these Raider fans out here. We moved here to San Diego and I bumped into one. They saw my Raiders jersey. Man, I saw the pain in his eyes. It was at the grocery store. The pain was real. And he was like, still a fan. I'm like, yep, do this nonsense. I will not watch a game of theirs yet. Well, no, because I'm a fan, so I will see it and just be sad and watch them get smacked in the mouth all day. But that team was so close. I said that last year, and I thought a friend of mine I thought he was being funny. He was like, hey, you hear they're thinking about trading Khalil Mack. I'm like, don't play with me. That ain't funny. He was like, well, I ain't trying to be funny. He said, so they're actually trying to trade Khalil Mack. And my heart dropped. I'm like, I know they're not thinking about that. That's their first decision after giving this man $100 million. They didn't have enough money to pay Mack because they gave the coach all this money.
Oh.
It's the dumbest thing you could ever done. You could have got any coach. Hey, this coach ain't no different. He's all right. I don't see nothing in his game plan that's showing anything. Oh, wow. That was disgusting. I was like, that. And he will always have a bitter taste in my mouth. Even if the Raiders, by some miracle, get to the Super Bowl this next year, I will not thank him. I will not thank him. Get out of my team. But I help get there. Get out of my team now.
I
miss Khalil Mack.
I'm so sorry that I triggered this for you.
I miss him so much. I'm like, and I watch it like a true Raiders fan would know this part too. When you watch Khalil Mack's first game as the Chicago Bears, the team that he went after the Raiders, you just sit there with your hand over your head like, because Khalil Mack's doing amazing. And it's like, these idiots in our office traded this, and the Chicago Bears, let me put it this way, in simple terms. Chicago Bears wasn't really much to talk about. Okay. They're one of the livestock of the NFL now because of Khalil Mack.
Okay.
Dallas Cowboys, they were okay. Amari Cooper got them to where they got to in those few games. Dak Prescott, I'll give them credit too. They did their thing, but Amari Cooper scored them touchdowns.
All right. Well, I'm going to get you out of your emotions.
A billionaire, I'll buy that whole team and get rid of all them fools.
I know you would.
And I was to go to that team myself and say, I apologize for their nonsense. We're going to get this back together. Just so you know, the first move is to fire those idiots. Let's go to another team and mess it up.
Honey, it's going to be okay.
Okay.
It's going to be okay.
As you can tell, I'm a Raiders fan too.
Yes, you are a very passionate person when it comes to your Raiders and your Eagles.
Yes.
I get it. No problem.
Especially when idiots mess it up.
So Sunday, what do we expect?
Well, like I said, the Rams.
Going for the Rams?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, guys, let us know what you expect. Who's taking home the Lombardi Trophy this year? Is it the Rams or is it the Patriots? Do you think Tom Brady is going to get 4 more years in before he retires? Let us know. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you guys. And you're listening to Into the Game.
I'm sorry, Raiders.